The massive screen in Earth's Global Defense Center flickered with unusual readings. Admiral James Thompson stood with his hands behind his back, his gray eyes fixed on the data streaming in. The deep space sensors had picked up something big, very big, heading toward Earth. "Admiral, the objects are moving faster than anything we've ever seen," reported John, the lid sensor operator. His fingers flew across the control panel as he tried to get better readings. "They're not following normal space travel rules. It's like they're bending space itself." Thompson nodded slowly. After 30 years in space defense, he had prepared for this day. Earth wasn't as helpless as these visitors might think. "Alert all stations," he ordered. "But keep our advanced defense systems dark. Let's see what they want first." The mysterious fleet appeared at the edge of the solar system 3 days later. Their ships were beautiful in a strange way, all smooth curves and shining metal, stretching for miles. The largest one was bigger than Earth's largest city. As they approached Mars, Earth received its first alien transmission ever. "People of Earth," the message began in perfect English, somehow translated. "We are the Galactic Empire, rulers of 10,000 star systems. We bring you civilization and order. Prepare for integration into our domain." In the United Nations Emergency Hall, representatives from all nations gathered. The Empire had sent smaller ships to enter Earth's atmosphere, hovering over major cities. They were clearly trying to show their power, but President Roberts of the Global Council remained calm as she addressed the world leaders. "They expect us to be scared," she said, looking at each person in the room. "They expect us to be primitive. Let's show them how Earth handles uninvited guests." Admiral Thompson led the first meeting with the Empire's representatives. The meeting room was simple: a large table, comfortable chairs, and windows showing the blue Earth sky. The Empire's ambassador, a tall figure who called himself Mark, wore flowing robes covered in strange patterns. "Your world has two choices," Mark said, his voice smooth but cold. "Join us willingly and keep some freedom, or resist and be forced to join anyway. Every world chooses to join in the end." Thompson took a sip of water, hiding his smile. The Empire didn't know about Earth's quantum technology, or the defense grid hidden in the asteroid belt. They didn't know about the underground cities or the gravity weapons. Earth had been preparing for something like this for decades, ever since they detected the first hints of alien civilizations. "That's an interesting offer," Thompson replied carefully. "But Earth has a different suggestion. You can leave our solar system peacefully, and we can discuss peaceful trade later. Or you can learn why no one has successfully invaded Earth in over 100 years." Mark laughed, the sound echoing in the room. "Brave words from a primitive world. We have conquered civilizations far more advanced than yours. Your weapons are nothing compared to our technology." "Perhaps," Thompson said, standing up. "But there's something you should know about humans. We don't like bullies, and we don't like being told what to do. Earth rejects your offer of integration." The Empire ships above the cities suddenly faced a problem. Their sensors stopped working properly. Their advanced communication systems began picking up what seemed like random Earth television shows. In space, their giant ships started detecting thousands of false signals, making it impossible to get clear readings of Earth's defenses. "This is your final warning," Mark said, his confidence cracking slightly as reports of the problems reached him. "Accept our rule or face the consequences." Thompson walked to the window, looking at the blue sky where Empire ships tried to maintain their threatening positions. "No," he said simply. "Earth is closed to empires. You should leave while you can." As Mark stormed out of the meeting room, Thompson pressed a hidden button on his watch. All around Earth, hidden defense systems hummed to life, still invisible to the Empire's confused sensors. In underground bases, soldiers prepared for battle. In secret labs, scientists finished testing weapons that would surprise the invaders. The Empire had just made a huge mistake. They had threatened Earth, and Earth was ready to teach them why that was a very bad idea. The Empire's massive ships still hung in Earth's sky 3 days after the failed meeting. Inside the Global Defense Center's main hall, Admiral Thompson watched the morning sun reflect off their hulls. But unlike most people looking up at those ships with fear, he was smiling. "Sir, the Empire requests another meeting," said John, now working as Thompson's assistant. "They say they have something important to show us." Thompson straightened his uniform. "Of course they do. They always do this. Try to scare their victims before attacking." He checked the hidden screen in his pocket showing Earth's defense readiness. Everything was green. Everything was ready. The meeting room was different this time. Empire Ambassador Mark had filled it with floating screens showing different worlds, all conquered by the Empire. Each screen told the same story: resistance, defeat, and destruction. "These worlds thought they could fight us too," Mark said, pointing to a beautiful green planet that turned into a wasteland in the next image. "Some had better weapons than you. Some had stronger armies. All of them are now part of the Empire." Thompson watched the images without changing his expression. Next to him, Tom, Earth's military advisor, took careful notes. They had studied the Empire's attack patterns for months through their secret deep space monitoring systems. Each destroyed world taught them something new about how to fight back. "This one," Mark continued, showing a golden world with 3 moons, had shield technology. They lasted 3 days. He looked straight at Thompson. "You have 30 days to surrender. After that, we stop being nice." Tom spoke up for the first time. His voice was quiet but firm. "Ambassador, have you ever wondered why Earth seems so basic to you? Why our cities look normal, our weapons look simple?" Mark frowned. "Because you are primitive. Everyone knows this." Tom smiled. "Everyone is wrong. Admiral, may I?" Thompson nodded. Tom pulled out a small device and pressed a button. Suddenly, all of the Empire's floating screens went dark. Their technology simply stopped working. What is this?" Mark demanded, pressing buttons on his control panel. Nothing worked. "Just a taste," Tom said, pressing the button again. The screens came back on. "Earth isn't primitive, Ambassador. We're just very, very good at hiding things." Back in the Defense Center, Dr. Anna worked with her team in the underground labs. They had discovered something interesting about Empire technology. It couldn't handle quantum field changes. Their entire system was based on old physics, the kind Earth had moved past years ago. "The quantum disruptors are ready," she reported over the secure line to Thompson. "They won't be able to use their fancy weapons once we turn these on." In secret bases around the world, similar preparations continued. The Empire thought they saw everything from their ships, but they were wrong. Underground cities could house millions. Hidden factories and asteroids built advanced weapons. Earth's real technology stayed invisible, protected by quantum fields the Empire couldn't detect. Mark made one last try to convince Earth's leaders. In the United Nations Hall, he played videos of Empire ships destroying entire planets. "This will be you," he warned. "No one defeats the Empire. No one." President Roberts stood up slowly. The room fell silent. "Ambassador," she said, her voice clear and strong, "Earth has a long history. Do you know what happens to empires in our history? They fall. Always. And usually they fall because they attacked someone they shouldn't have." She walked closer to him. "You gave us 30 days. Good. We only need 10 to hit completely ready. Earth doesn't surrender to bullies, no matter how big their ships are." Mark's face turned red with anger. He stormed out, promising destruction. As the doors closed behind him, Thompson turned to the world leaders. "Everything is ready. Our hidden defenses are in place. The Empire has no idea what they're about to face." President Roberts nodded. "Then let them come. Earth will show the galaxy what happens when you threaten our home." In space, Earth's quantum shield network waited silently. In deep bunkers, gravity weapons powered up, and in every city, Humans looked up at the Empire ships with determination. The Empire was about to learn a hard lesson about judging a world by its appearance. Time was running out. 20 days remained before the Empire's deadline, and Earth was working faster than ever before. Deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, Dr. Anna walked through the massive underground city that most of Earth's people didn't even know existed. Status report. She called out to her team as she entered the main lab. The room glowed with blue light from the quantum cores they had built over the last decade. All shield generators are at full power, replied Mike, her chief engineer. He pointed to the huge screens showing green dots all around Earth. We've hidden them exactly where the Empire won't look. Inside old power plants, abandoned mines, and even under the oceans. Above ground, things looked normal. People went to work, children played in parks, and the Empire ships still watched from above. But below the surface, Earth was like a giant anthill of activity. Admiral Thompson stood in the Antarctic Command Center, watching as soldiers moved huge weapons into place. The ice continent wasn't just ice. It was Earth's biggest military base, hidden by special technology that made it look empty from space. The gravity guns are ready, sir, reported Tom, walking up with a tablet showing their defense plans. We've tested them on small asteroids. They can turn the Empire's biggest ships into crushed metal balls. Thompson nodded, remembering how the Empire had laughed at Earth's primitive technology. And our space fleet, hidden in the dark side of the moon, just as planned. 5,000 ships, all powered by quantum drives. The Empire thinks we only have a few old rockets. Tom smiled. They're in for a big surprise. In another secret base under the Amazon rainforest, President Roberts met with world leaders. The huge room was filled with holograms showing Earth's true military power. The Empire expects us to be scared, she said, pointing to the Empire ships visible on the main screen. They expect us to beg for mercy like other worlds did. Instead, we'll show them why you should never underestimate humans. One of the leaders stood up. What about our cities? The Empire's ships are right above them. Dr. Anna, joining through a secure hologram, answered that question. Watch this, she said, pressing a button on her control panel. Suddenly, a small town in the test area seemed to vanish. In its place was empty land. But the town wasn't gone. It was protected by the new quantum shields, invisible to the Empire's sensors. We can hide entire cities in seconds, Dr. Anna explained. The Empire won't have any targets to shoot at. In orbit, Earth's hidden satellites watched the Empire ships. The aliens were doing exactly what humans expected, bringing in more ships, getting ready for what they thought would be an easy victory. They're following the same pattern they used on other worlds, Tom explained to the military commanders. First the big ships to scare us, then the attack ships, then the ground troops. But we've studied every battle they've fought. We know all their tricks. The preparations moved faster as the deadline got closer. Underground trains carried millions of people to safe cities built inside mountains. Quantum shields were tested and retested. Soldiers trained with new weapons that could stop Empire troops in seconds. Dr. Anna worked with her team day and night, making their defenses even stronger. The Empire thinks they're so advanced, she said, looking at the quantum core powering their shields. But they stopped inventing new things hundreds of years ago. They just used the same old technology on every world they attack. In the final days before the deadline, Admiral Thompson called all Earth's defenders together. The message went out to every hidden base, every underground city, every secret lab. The Empire thinks they're coming to destroy another helpless world, he said, his voice firm and confident. Instead, they're about to learn why Earth has always been different. We don't just fight back, we win. As the sun set on the last peaceful day, Earth was ready. Hidden weapons pointed at the sky. Shields waited to protect cities, and millions of soldiers stood ready to defend their home. The Empire thought they were about to crush another weak world. They were wrong. Dead wrong. The Empire's deadline ended at midnight. They didn't wait even 1 minute longer. As the clock struck 12, 10,000 Empire ships appeared from hyperspace, filling Earth's sky like angry metal wasps. Admiral Thompson stood calmly in the Global Defense Center, watching the enemy ships arrive. "Right on time," he said, checking his watch, "and exactly the number of ships we expected." "Sir," John called from his station, "they're broadcasting a message to all Earth channels." The Empire's Supreme Commander appeared on all screens worldwide. His voice boomed with pride and arrogance. "Your time is up. Surrender now, or watch your world burn." Thompson picked up his secure phone and said just 2 words: "Start defending." High above Earth, the Empire ships prepared to fire their most powerful weapons. But something strange happened. Their targeting systems couldn't find anything to shoot at. All the cities, military bases, and important places had vanished from their screens. "Impossible," the Empire commander shouted, watching his fleet's confusion. "Where did they go?" Dr. Anna smiled in her underground command center as she watched the quantum shields doing their work. "Hiding entire cities," she said to her team. "Just like we planned." The Empire ships fired anyway, shooting their energy weapons at where cities should have been. The beams hit nothing but empty ground. And then it was Earth's turn to surprise them. "Launch the gravity weapons," Thompson ordered. Hidden platforms around Earth powered up. The Empire didn't even see them coming. Suddenly, their mighty ships started crumpling like paper toys. The gravity weapons crushed whole squadrons of Empire ships into tiny metal balls. "What is this?" the Empire commander demanded. "What kind of weapons are these?" More surprises were waiting. From behind the moon, Earth's hidden fleet appeared. 5,000 ships, all powered by technology the Empire didn't understand. They moved faster, shot better, and had shields the Empire couldn't break. "Form attack pattern Alpha," Thompson commanded Earth's fleet. "Show them what real space combat looks like." The battle was nothing like the Empire expected. Their ships tried to use the same tactics that had worked on other worlds. But Earth's ships didn't follow the usual rules. They moved in ways the Empire had never seen, using quantum drives to appear and disappear at will. In the Antarctic base, Tom watched the battle screens with satisfaction. "They're still using the same old attack patterns," he said, "just like in all their other battles." The Empire's mighty fleet started falling apart. Their ships either got crushed by gravity weapons or destroyed by Earth's advanced fleet. When they tried to retreat, they found their hyperspace engines wouldn't work near Earth's quantum shields. "Send in the ground troops," the Empire commander ordered in desperation. Thousands of transport ships headed toward Earth's surface. Thompson pressed another button on his command console. "Show them our orbital defense grid." Hidden satellites activated all around Earth. Beams of energy crisscrossed the sky, cutting through the Empire's transport ships like paper. Not a single enemy soldier reached the ground. After just 6 hours of battle, half of the Empire's attack fleet was destroyed. The rest were trapped, unable to escape or fight effectively against weapons they didn't understand. "This is impossible." The Empire commander's voice shook with rage and fear. "You're supposed to be primitive. How do you have these weapons?" President Roberts sent Earth's reply to the entire Empire fleet. "We're not primitive. We just let you think we were. This is your last chance. Leave our solar system and never return." The remaining Empire ships tried one final desperate attack. They aimed all their weapons at one spot, hoping to break through Earth's defenses. Instead, their energy beams bounced off the quantum shields and hit their own ships. As the sun rose the next morning, Earth's sky was filled with floating pieces of destroyed Empire ships. The mighty invasion fleet that was supposed to conquer Earth in hours was now just space junk. In the defense center, Thompson looked at the battle reports with quiet pride. "Send a message to all Earth forces," he ordered. "Phase 1 complete. But stay ready. The Empire won't give up after just one defeat." Earth had won its first battle against the galaxy's greatest power, but everyone knew this was just the beginning. The real war was about to start. 3 days after their crushing defeat, the Empire sent a message that made even Admiral Thompson worry. Their strongest weapon was coming, the Planet Breaker fleet. In the defense center, everyone watched the long-range sensors with tense faces. What exactly is a Planet Breaker fleet? President Roberts asked during the emergency meeting. Dr. Anna pulled up the data they had gathered from their deep space monitors. It's their ultimate weapon. 5 massive ships that can destroy an entire planet. They've only used it twice in their history. Both times, they turned worlds into asteroid fields. But Thompson noticed something interesting in the data. Look at their power source, he said, pointing to the screen. They're using the same old technology, just bigger. Dr. Anna, can our quantum shields handle this? Dr. Anna smiled. Actually, sir, I have something better in mind. The Planet Breaker fleet arrived a day later. Each ship was the size of a small moon, casting huge shadows over Earth's cities. Their weapons could crack planets open like eggs. The Empire was done playing games. Surrender now, the Empire's Grand Admiral announced, or we will destroy your entire world. You have 1 hour to decide. In her underground lab, Dr. Anna worked faster than ever before. Star Dancer defense system is ready, she reported. They think bigger weapons are the answer. We'll show them why that's wrong. Thompson gave the order. Activate Star Dancer. Thousands of tiny satellites, hidden in orbit, came to life. Each one was smaller than a car, but together they formed something the Empire had never seen before, a gravity web around the entire planet. The Planet Breakers charged their main weapons. Energy gathered at the front of each massive ship, ready to tear Earth apart. The Empire Grand Admiral gave the order. Fire. But something unexpected happened. As the Planet Breakers fired, the Star Dancer system activated. The gravity web caught their energy beams and did something impossible. It bent them away from Earth. What's happening? The Grand Admiral demanded. Why aren't our weapons working? Dr. Anna's voice came over all Empire channels. Your weapons use energy. Energy follows gravity. And gravity, she pressed a final button, is now our weapon. The Star Dancer system didn't just protect Earth, it turned the Planet Breakers' own power against them. Their massive energy beams curved through space like snakes, forced back by the gravity web. The Empire could only watch in horror as their own weapons started hitting their ships. Impossible, the Grand Admiral shouted. These primitive humans can't control gravity itself. But they could. The Star Dancer system created a complex web of gravity fields, turning space itself into Earth's shield. The bigger the Empire's weapons, the stronger the gravity fields became. Thompson watched from the command center as the Planet Breakers tried to retreat, but they had a surprise waiting behind them too. Earth's quantum fleet appeared from hyperspace, surrounding the massive ships. All ships, attack pattern Omega, Thompson ordered. Earth's fleet moved in perfect formation, their quantum weapons cutting through the Planet Breakers' shields like they weren't even there. The battle was shorter than anyone expected. The Empire's greatest weapons, their unbeatable Planet Breaker fleet, proved useless against Earth's advanced technology. 2 of the massive ships were destroyed, 2 were captured, and 1 retreated in panic. But the biggest surprise came after the battle. Hundreds of messages started arriving from across the galaxy. Other worlds that the Empire had conquered were watching. They saw Earth not only survive but defeat the Planet Breakers. Now they wanted to know how. Sir, John reported to Thompson, we're getting requests for help from 50 different worlds. They want to fight back against the Empire too. President Roberts called an emergency meeting with Earth's leaders. The Empire thought destroying Earth would scare everyone else into staying quiet. Instead, we've given the galaxy something they haven't had in a long time: hope. Dr. Anna added, and we can help them. Our quantum technology can be shared. We can teach others to defend themselves. Thompson looked at the battle reports one last time. Earth had just defeated the Empire's strongest weapons, but he knew this wasn't the end. This was the beginning of something much bigger, a revolution that would change the entire galaxy. Send a message to all the worlds asking for help, he ordered. Tell them Earth stands ready to teach, to help, and to fight. The Empire's days of bullying the galaxy are over. The news spread across the galaxy faster than anyone expected. Earth, a world the Empire had called primitive, had not only survived but had destroyed the Planet Breaker fleet. In the Global Defense Center, messages kept coming in from hundreds of worlds. Another 10 planets have declared independence from the Empire, John reported, his screens filled with incoming transmissions, and 15 more are asking for our help. Admiral Thompson studied the giant map showing the Empire's territory. Already, dozens of systems were turning from Empire Red to Freedom Green. It was like watching a dam break, slow at first, then faster and faster. The Empire is sending punishment fleets to 3 rebel worlds, Tom announced, pointing to different spots on the map. They're trying to scare everyone back in line. Thompson smiled. Then it's time for Earth to show the galaxy how to fight back. Launch Operation Freedom. Earth's quantum ships appeared near the rebel worlds just as the Empire's punishment fleets arrived. The Empire commanders were shocked. They thought Earth could only defend its own system. Instead, Earth's ships were everywhere, protecting any world that stood up to the Empire. In her lab, Dr. Anna worked day and night, teaching scientists from other worlds how to build quantum shields and gravity weapons. Remember, she told them, the Empire stopped inventing new things long ago. That's why they can't understand our weapons. That's why they can't stop us. The Empire tried to fight back, but they had a big problem. Their ships and weapons all used the same old technology. Now that Earth has shown everyone how to beat it, the Empire's forces started losing everywhere they fought. Status report. President Roberts asked during the emergency meeting. The room was filled with leaders from 50 different worlds, all connected by quantum communicators that the Empire couldn't block. The Empire has lost control of over 100 systems, Tom reported. Their ships are retreating everywhere. But the best part, their own worlds are starting to rebel too. He showed them images from the Empire's core worlds. People there had lived under strict control for thousands of years. Now they were rising up, demanding freedom like the world's Earth had helped. This is impossible, the Empire's Grand Admiral shouted during an emergency broadcast. We controlled the galaxy for 10,000 years. How can these humans destroy everything in just 2 weeks? The answer was simple. Earth had shown everyone that the Empire wasn't as strong as they pretended to be. Their powerful weapons and mighty ships were actually very old technology. Once people knew how to fight back, the Empire couldn't scare them anymore. Thompson led Earth's main fleet to help the biggest rebel systems. The Empire thought they could at least win some big battles. Instead, they watched their best ships either get destroyed or surrender. Another Empire battle fleet has surrendered, John reported. Their crews are saying they don't want to fight for the Empire anymore. They want to join us instead. In the Empire's capital, things were falling apart. Their leaders had always told everyone they were unbeatable. Now everyone could see that wasn't true. More and more Empire soldiers and ships were switching sides every day. Dr. Anna's quantum technology spread across the galaxy. She taught other worlds how to build their own defenses. Soon, the Empire couldn't attack anyone without running into quantum shields and gravity weapons. The Empire has lost control of their entire outer region, Tom announced, updating the galaxy map. Their middle systems are in open rebellion. They only control their core worlds now, and even those are starting to fight back. President Roberts stood before the United Worlds Council, a new group formed by all the freed planets. Earth didn't just want to protect itself, she said. We wanted to show everyone that bullies can be beaten, that no empire lasts forever. That freedom is worth fighting for. Thompson watched Earth's ships return from another successful mission. The empire that had threatened to destroy Earth was now fighting for its own survival. But he knew the fighting wasn't over yet. "Prepare all forces," he ordered. "The empire is wounded and desperate. That makes them dangerous. We need to be ready for their last, desperate attack." The revolution was winning, but the final battle was still to come. The empire was weakened, but not defeated. Their leaders were preparing one last, desperate plan to take back control. But Earth and its allies were ready. The galaxy had changed forever, and there was no going back. The Empire's final attack came at dawn. Their remaining ships, nearly 1,000 of them, appeared around their last stronghold, the capital system. But this time, something was different. The ships were glowing with strange red energy. "They've modified their core drives," Dr. Anna reported urgently. "They're going to overload them. If those ships explode, they could destroy everything within 10 light years." Admiral Thompson stood in the Combined Fleet Command Center. Around him, representatives from 100 freed worlds watched their screens with worry. The Empire was ready to destroy everything rather than surrender. "They think we won't risk coming close to those ships," Thompson said calmly. "They're wrong. Dr. Anna, is the new system ready?" In her lab, Dr. Anna smiled as she looked at her latest invention. "The mass transfer system is ready, Admiral. The Empire thinks they can surprise us. Let's show them our last surprise instead." The combined fleet of Earth and the free worlds moved into position. The Empire's Grand Admiral appeared on all channels, making his final threat. "Approach our space and we'll detonate every ship. We'll take half the galaxy with us if we have to." His voice was filled with desperation and anger. Thompson's reply was simple. "Look behind you." The Empire fleet suddenly detected new signals. Somehow, Earth ships had appeared inside their defense line, right next to their capital world. The mass transfer system, Earth's newest quantum technology, had let ships teleport past their defenses. "Impossible," the Grand Admiral shouted. "No one can jump ships through solid space." "That's your problem," Dr. Anna broadcast back. "You keep thinking about what's impossible. We just keep inventing new things." The battle was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Empire ships tried to detonate themselves, but Earth's gravity weapons pulled them away from populated areas. The mass transfer system kept putting Allied ships exactly where they needed to be. In just 3 hours, it was over. The Empire's last fleet was captured or destroyed. Their capital world, which had ruled the galaxy for 10,000 years, surrendered to the combined fleet. President Roberts addressed the first meeting of the new Galactic Council. Representatives from over 1,000 worlds attended, including many former Empire worlds. "Today marks a new beginning," she said, "not an empire ruled by force, but a coalition of free worlds working together. Earth doesn't want to rule anyone. We want to help everyone rule themselves." Dr. Anna presented her technology to the Council. "These aren't just weapons," she explained. "The quantum drives can help ships travel faster. The gravity controls can build better worlds. The mass transfer system can help people and goods move anywhere instantly." The former Empire worlds were amazed. The Empire had kept the same technology for thousands of years, forcing everyone to obey them. Earth had developed new things to help everyone live better. Thompson watched as the former Empire Palace was turned into the new Galactic Science Center. "The Empire kept knowledge locked away," he said to Tom. "Now it's time to share it with everyone." The changes happened quickly. The freed worlds formed trade agreements and defense pacts. Earth's technology spread throughout the galaxy, but with a condition. It could only be used for peaceful purposes. "Another 50 worlds have joined the Free Worlds Coalition," John reported. The giant map now showed most of the galaxy in peaceful green, with no more Empire red anywhere. In the new Galactic Council chamber, President Roberts signed the final peace treaty. "Earth will help protect any world that asks," she declared, "but we'll never rule them. That's the difference between us and the Empire. We believe in freedom, not control." 1 year after Earth had first faced the Empire's ships, the galaxy was transformed. The Empire that had ruled for 10,000 years was gone. In its place was something new, a galaxy where every world was free to choose its own path. Dr. Anna stood with Thompson, watching ships from 100 different worlds moving peacefully through Earth's space. They thought we were primitive because we didn't build warships, she said. But we built something better. We built hope. Thompson nodded, looking at the peaceful sky. And that's what will keep the galaxy free. Not weapons or ships, but the hope that every world can make its own future. Earth had done more than defeat an empire. It had shown the galaxy a better way to live. The age of empires was over. The age of freedom had begun.